Hey guys, it's Team Entity 4 here, long time no see. I'm going to try to keep this as brief as possible. I tried to record this before, and it was about a 20-minute video, no joke. So I'm going to get right into this. This is my Dragunity deck. This is also the 150 subscriber deck, which is very late. So congrats to all my subscribers. I have 161 of you guys now. And I know this is supposed to be Nordic Scraps originally, but I sold that deck to end up making Dragunities. And I love Dragunities. They're my new main deck. I absolutely adore them, and especially my build. My build is very weird, and there are a lot of tech choices, and I'll explain them all at the end. If I forget to explain anything, then just PM me. Dragunities are really good this format between their extreme speed and my version, which has a lot of tech support and anti-meta hate. So it's definitely a good reliable deck, and with Rabbit, Evaldos, and Dark World coming out, this can definitely keep up with them. I've tested this a lot on Dueling Network for the past probably weeks, and I really like this build. I've settled on this. I'm gonna keep slowly making changes. I'm gonna show you the main side and extra deck because every single card is important to this deck, and you'll see why. So let's get started. I run 3 Dragunity Ducks. He's the main guy. He revives the tuner Phalanx, and you go for Varigina the 6, and he allows you to go to 8, and he basically brings out your big beat 6. I run 2 Dragunity Legionnaire. He uses Ackley's, the other tuner, and he basically just blows up shit that's in your way. I run 2 Phalanx. It's not like I don't own a third one. I do, but that's one of the tech choices I was talking about. So at the moment, I'm only running 2 Dragunity Phalanx. There isn't a need for a third one in this build. I run 1 Dragunity the Ackley's. This was one of the things I took from Chris is So Pro's deck. That I will definitely leave a link to his channel somewhere. I don't know if I said this already because I've recorded this video so many times, but really amazing guy. Took a lot of tech choices from him. He's really good. I'll definitely leave a link. Go check out his channel. But 1 Ackley's, 2 Phalanx, basically 1 less tuner that you normally use. Next, the standard 2 Effect Veiler. 2 Fabled Cerebral. He's really good. You ditch him with Dragon Ravine and he revives himself. So he allows Dragion Trident plays really easily, and he also allows me to go into the Fabled Ragian, and I'll explain more about him later. Next, 1 BLS, such an amazing card. I run 4 lights and 4 darks. There's absolutely no reason not to run him. The main purpose of the deck is not to summon him, but if you can, then he definitely wins games, and if not, you just pitch him with Ravine. Now they cost me an arm and a leg, but I'm so happy to have them. 2 Tour Guide from the Underworld. You should know what they do by now. I basically use them to go into either Leviathan and use that to bait out their spell and traps, and if not, then I still have a very nice 3000 beater on the field, or I go into Leviair and I return their remove from play tuners. Next, 1 Sangan. That's another thing about this deck. This deck is totally blinged out. I really like it. But Sangan searches for everything I've shown you so far. And there's only a few other monsters left in the deck. There's a 20 monster count, which is a lot. And Sangan searches for light or dark that you're missing for Blackluster Soldier or for Dragunity combo pieces. You have 1 Blackring Zephyros the Elite. Really good. You ditch him. You bounce Ravine back to your hand. You get special summon him. He allows for a lot of plays and makes Trishula very accessible. And last for the monster lineup, 3 Reborn Tengu. How can you not? These things are OTK stoppers. They are amazing. 1700, you Synchro Fit, you get another Tengu. You Scar Dragon, you get another Tengu. Hello, Madeline. YouTube. Adios.
Why did you leave all the lights and TV on the monster?
Because I was going back.
No.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Anyway, 3 Reborn Tengu, amazing card. That's my sister. Anyway, next spells. 3 Dragon Ravine. Heart of the deck. Ditch a card, add Dragunity to the hand, or send one to the grave. Basically, it's your Foolish Burial of the deck. It's totally amazing, and you should have it on the field at all times. Otherwise, you will definitely have a hard time winning. 2 terraforming. I know people normally use 3, but I use 2 pot of duality. Duality gets me what I need instead of just another Dragon Ravine. You can definitely use it to get a terraforming or Dragon Ravine, which I do a lot, but also gets you those combo pieces for the Dragunity combos that you need, or it gets you combos for the BLS. It gets you level 4 you could just summon and install, or it gets you the spell or traps that you need to stop what the opponent has. I love Pot of Duality. Next, Pot of Avarice. Avarice is a really good card. There's a lot of recycling going on in this deck between Sanguine and Pot of Avarice and the next 2 cards I show you, because the deck just thins through everything so fast. You virtually have no hand advantage at all. And you can definitely use Avarice turn 1. I know some people might argue they could be a bit dead, but I'll give you a scenario. You ditch a Legionnaire to the grave to send Ducks to the grave. To send Phalanx to grave while Ravine is on the field. You normal summon a Duck, survive the Phalanx. You go for Vajrayana. You special summon the Phalanx back. You sink for, I don't know, Stardust. Then they Solemn Judgment you. That's 5 monsters in the grave. You can go Avarice right there. Now, the other card I use for recycling, which might even be more broken than Pot of Avarice, is 2 Quillpin of Galudos. Basically, you send 2 wind monsters from your graveyard back to your deck, and you bounce 1 card on the field. This is absolutely amazing. Either with Tengu, say you were on your last Tengu, you could bounce the others back, or it allows you to cycle. What I normally do is 1 Dux and 1 Vajrayana, or if I need more Legionnaire for monster spell trap hate, and you can bounce their set cards you're afraid of, or their monster if you want to go for the kill, or worst case if they don't have anything but you need to recycle, you can always bounce your Ravine and use your Ravine again. And then some staples: Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, Dark Hole, All Hollow. Yeah. Traps. 1 trap Dust Shoot, amazing this format. Knowledge is power, and you can stop those big combos before they happen. 2 Dark Bribe. I don't run MST in this deck in case you haven't noticed, but Dark Bribe is my spell and trap hate. I use this in every single deck I run. I absolutely love Dark Bribe. Solemn Judgment. Obvious. 2 Deep Prison for monster hate. And the Mirror Force. And that's the main deck. Very teched out, very different from the norm. Works really well. Don't knock it till you try it. Let's go with the extra deck. 3 Dragunity Varagina. With all the recycling you do, you will definitely use all 3 copies in 1 game if you have to. They will not be wasted. You'll probably end up using it more because you'll be cycling them. But Vajrayana is never a dead card. You must run 3, and he's your middle ground between your Ducks and your Phalanx and your level 8. You got Dragunity Trident Dragion. He's your OTK maker. He's 3,000. You blow up 2 things in the field. He can attack 3 times. Only go for him if you know you're going to win. And then you play him, and it's very nice. And he's very easy to do with Cerebral. 1 Trishula as your 9. 2 Stardust, because Stardust is boss. Scrap Dragon. Ancient Fairy, good against GK and good wall. I don't use Utopia in this deck, so he's my main defender. And it's easier to get out than you think between Cerebral and Effect Veilers. Brio, Catastar, Fabled Radiant. Like I said, you run out of hand advantage a lot, and he's not that hard to make, so if you don't need a Catastar at the moment, go for Radiant. Why not? Steel Swarm Roach, such a boss card. He saves games if you have the right protection, and that's why I run a lot of bouncing and recycling and monster hate. So you got to protect your Roach if you're going to go for him. Levier gets those removed stuff back, and yeah, I know that's bad with running 2 Phalanx and 1 Ackley's. You might think that's bad Yu-Gi-Ohs, but between Ravine and all the other cards that just cycle, you won't have them dead. And Leviathan. And I opened the tin this morning. I finally got one. I could not find one in Albany, so I'll leave a link to that video on the partnership. I think it's currently the featured video on my channel, so definitely go get that out. I pulled some major nasty pulls from that. How much time do I got left? Alright, I'm going to try to keep this short as possible. Side deck. 2 Cyber Dragon. Boss card, using in all my side decks. 2100, side in against decks that use mostly high level 4 guys or things that you need to just run over quickly, use for tributes. I don't really know. Or obviously machine decks. He's just staple in my opinion. T-King stops so many decks. Really good for plants, for GBs. He's definitely a card that I've had for a while on my side deck, and Thunder King Ryo is just an amazing card. Just be careful with him because you can't Ravine while he's out. One DD Crow. This is really good for the Dark World and Plant matchup, which are two of the hardest matchups to face now in the current metagame. DD Crow, you ditch and you get rid of their stuff that they're trying to target. Simple as that. Spell side, Nobleman a crossout. Always good to stop the Raikou and whatever else they have set. Here are my two MSTs in case I need more spell and trap hate. And if between all the hate and bouncing that's in there and adding in MSTs, you can basically stop any threat coming. Now, this I took from Chris So Pro, buried from a different dimension. I really like it. He mained it, I side it, because I use Levier, and if you're versing a macro deck or something that removes, you need to make sure those tuners stay. Like Chaos is really popular this format, so I side in Burial against that, and normally it works out pretty well. Goes in match, really good card, stops multi-color decks, if you know what I mean, like GBs, I don't know, lots of decks. Lots of decks get hurt by Goes in Match, especially with synchros and stuff like that. Goes in Match is a really good card in my opinion. 2 Debunk stops the annoying Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler and DD Crow really hurt this deck, as well as Hyperion, because he activates from the hand, so Debunk can stop him too. Debunk is a very nice play, and that's another thing. DD Crow is for Hyperion agents, whatever, also. 1 Starlight Road, because you cannot this format. There's so much destruction going on. Torrential Dark Hole Heavy, just to name a few. Icarus, Starlight Road definitely is lifesaver. And I side 1 copy of Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, which I always side in if I side in the Cyber Dragons, and I know that my opponent has something else I can use. So that's really the deck. Skimming through it now, anything I need to explain? I can't really think so. I thought I did a pretty good job with it. Like I said, don't knock it till you try it. This is more of like, how should I say, more like an anti-meta-ish kind of version, but it really does work. It's just such an amazing deck. I highly recommend Dragunity for anyone who owns the deck and is thinking about playing it this format, or if you just want to make it not necessarily my very expensive build, because that's going to be my main deck from now on. Tell me what you guys think. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the very late 150 subscribers special, and to my 161 subscribers I currently have, thank you. Keep watching and tell all your friends to subscribe. He-Man to D4 signing off.